Animal welfare awareness is growing across the country. In Dumaguete City, a group of animal lovers is turning that awareness into action. Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary provides rescue, rehabilitation, and second chances for animals in need. Joining us today is shelter manager Rina Ausejo, who shares how compassion leads to change. I'm Rochelle Rubio, and this is The Advocates, Empowering Voices. Across the Philippines, awareness for animal welfare is gaining ground. Animal cruelty cases, amplified by social media, have stirred public concern and strengthened calls for better laws. This growing awareness is being carried forward by non-government organizations and individual animal advocates nationwide. But for many abused and neglected animals, awareness alone is not enough. In Dumaguete City, action took shape. Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary is a non-profit, no-kill shelter where animals on the brink of death are not turned away. Instead, they are rescued, treated, rehabilitated, and given the chance to live with dignity and love. Shelter manager and board member Rina Ausejo shares the story behind the sanctuary and the lives it continues to save.
DAS is a group of people who got together to try and do their best to help end the suffering of stray animals in conjunction with TNVR. Kaso, we have grown into a movement sa ngayon. Hindi na siya, we started as a rescue center, tapos naging movement na siya kasi we realized na marami dito sa lugar namin na hindi alam kung ano ang way kung paano alagaan yung animals, kung anong dapat about the law, or kung anong pwede ibigay sa kanila, kung anong hindi, kung paano sila i-treat talaga.
Founded in 2019 by Christine Askew and her husband, Roby Bernardo, Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary, or DAS, began as a response to the suffering of homeless animals they encountered on the streets. Rina Ausejo met Christine through her former animal welfare group, sparking a series of conversations that would eventually lead to the creation of the sanctuary. Today, DAS stands as proof that compassion, when acted upon, can save lives.
Si Christine, na-meet ko lang siya kasi yung DAS, third animal welfare group na na-set up dito sa Negros. Yung first is DAWG. I was one of the core members of DAWG before. Kaso, since newbies pa kami lahat, hindi siya nag-progress. And then, there's this, yung nag-end yung DAWG, may bagong group na binovolunteeran ko as a rescuer. Doon ko na-meet si Christine. And then, we got together, inputted our ideas. So, we decided to set up DAS. I'm part of the core groups.
Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary aims to help alleviate the suffering of animals in Dumaguete through rescue, rehabilitation, and adoption. Central to its work is the promotion of TNVR, or Trap, Neuter, Vaccinate, and Return, a humane approach to managing the stray animal population. The impact of their work is evident, but who are the people behind Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary?
DAS, originally, we are 6 people. Me, Marmel Lloyd, then Jana, and then Christine's husband.
With a team of 25, how many rescued dogs and cats are currently under their care?
285 dogs and cats. We rarely have cats because I don't know why, but amazingly, cats get adopted really fast. So we're more on dogs.
If there is one dog that could represent Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary, who would it be and why? For Rina, the answer is deeply personal. As she tells the story of Sean, one of the sanctuary's rescued dogs, emotion takes over, revealing the pain, resilience, and hope behind a life saved.
Siguro hindi siya ang oh my gosh, iyak ako! Sorry. Hindi siya ang nag-umpisa. Pero, kaya nga ayoko sa video. Pero siya yung rason kung bakit siya nag-grow. Si Sean, na-report siya sa amin, puppy pa lang siya, na sagasaan siya ng Otto. And after the incident, yung may mga tao na nag-decide na itapon siya sa basurahan. So, may nakakita yung reporter, kinontak niya kami, siya mismo yung nagdala kay Sean sa amin dito. Uh, Honestly, hindi namin iniisip na makasurvive siya kasi very lethargic siya when he got here and broken yung both hind legs niya. But he pushed through, amazing through. Then while he was recovering from that, he got distemper and then got better, then tested positive for heartworm, got better, then had cancer, then got better. So Sean is, I think he resembles Das. Dahil sa lahat ng everything that we've gone through, we still choose to fight. Sadly lang, neurological issues ni Sean naging severe last September 2023. We decided to let him rest kasi there was no going back from his situation. He was in severe pain and advised din ng vets. But if there was a dog that would resemble Das, it would be Sean.
Sean was rescued in April 2021 and went on to live for more than 2 years at DAS. During his time at the shelter, he received the medication and care he needed and, most importantly, the love of the people who saved his life. He played with other dogs and, despite repeated bouts with illness, was given a real chance to be happy. For more than 2 years, Sean was spared the harshness of the streets, a place he would not have survived even a month, given the condition he was in when he was found. Even in death, he was treated with dignity and laid to rest with a proper burial.
Meron din siyang sariling Instagram page. Ginawan siya nung alive pa siya, ginawan siya ni Christine.
Sean became such a significant part of DAS that the sanctuary's veterinary clinic was named in his honor, the Mighty Sean Memorial Clinic. Today, a statue of Sean, commissioned by generous donors, stands at the clinic's doorway, a lasting reminder of a life saved and a love returned.
Clinic nga namin is named after him, Mighty Sean Clinic.
From the hundreds of rescue operations initiated by Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary, one recent mission drew thousands of followers online. It was the rescue of a dog trapped in a narrow gap between two walls, a space so tight that freeing him meant breaking through part of the structure. This is the rescue story of Wally. How did the dog end up trapped in such a confined space, and what did it take to save him?
Si Wally yung second na ganun lang yung situation ng na-rescue namin, but mas worse yung kay Wally. Nakausap namin yung owners niya, nawala siya. Parang before New Year, sabi na before New Year, may nagpaputok yung mga canons ng mga bata. Tumakbo siya. Actually, ang layo ng narating niya. Tumawid pa siya ng highway bago siya makarating doon kung saan namin siya na-rescue. And then, yung may-ari ng bahay na yon, kinontak kami, naghingi ng tulong kasi tinry nilang alisin siya doon pero hindi nila maalis. Then, nag-research sila online, they found us, then yun na yung na-rescue namin siya.
Now, Wally has been reunited with his owners after several days apart. They found him through the viral rescue post, a moment where community, compassion, and the power of social media came together.
Nung New Year lang kasi namin siya nakuha, tas na-return na siya agad. Nag-viral siya. Pati na rin yung we lost kasi one dog because of, one of the reasons was the fireworks.
Firecrackers can traumatize animals. Startled by sudden frightening noise, many tried to flee, often getting lost or injured, just as what happened to Wally. In another tragic incident linked to fireworks, a rescued dog named Noah died after suffering a heart attack.
Yung outcome kasi ng heavy sounds sa kanila. Kasi sa atin, di ba, pag may naririnig tayong malakas, mas minsan sumasakit yung tenga natin. Yung sa kanila times ilang percent pa yun sa kanila. So, hindi siguro dahil malakas lang, para sa atin malakas, mas super malakas pa sa kanila, kaya sila natatakot.
Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary has made significant progress through its rescue work. Dogs once found in horrific health conditions have since transformed into joyful companions, now running freely within the sanctuary.
Hindi kami nagre-rescue ng mga hindi critical ill. Nagre-rescue kami ng mga critical ill lang, sadly, because hindi namin kaya sila i-house. Like, konti lang kasi yung shelter namin sa ngayon. Nagre-rent lang din kami. Ongoing pa yung construction ng sarili naming shelter talaga. Hindi kami, bawal kaming lumagpas ng dapat sana is 100. Kaso no choice kami, ang daming nare-report na critically ill, kaya doon na lang kami nagbase, doon na lang muna. Marami na siya actually. Nasa Facebook post namin si Sassy, kasi si Sassy, na-rescue namin siya. Wala na siyang buhok. Butot balat na lang siya. If makikita mo yung Sassy ngayon, hindi mo ma-imagine na siya yung Sassy. Doon sa intake photos niya. Si Giles, akala namin wala siyang mata. Pero after treatment, lumabas yung mata niya. Ang dami, as in si Samson, akalain mong dalawa yung ulo niya or something, may malaki siyang tumor sa mukha. Nawala na. Ang dami talagang successful stories.
At DAS, dogs are free to run and play, not confined to cages or chains. Having dogs play and interact with other dogs and with humans is essential to their physical health, emotional well-being, and behavior, especially for previously neglected animals. Since dogs are social animals, interaction helps prevent anxiety, fear, and depression, as well as chronic stress, which can weaken immunity. Play helps dogs heal. It helps rescued animals regain trust, rebuild confidence, and learn how to live beyond survival.
Even with our adoptions, stricto kami sa caging and tying. Based on the law also dito sa Philippines, bawal silang confined 24/7. Kasi nagkakaroon niya ng brain damage sa mga aso. Even yung sa tying. Kaya ayaw namin dun sa mga ganon. Meron kaming mga dogs na na-rescue. Milo is one. He was rescued. He was confined to a cage 24/7, and he exhibited we call it cage trauma. Yung aso na paikot-ikot lang sa isang lugar, sa cage niya. Pag nilabas mo yan siya, ilagay mo siya sa bigger cage or bigger area, gaganon at gaganon pa rin siya. Yun yung tinatawag ng mga trainers na cage trauma. They are more aggressive when they are caged or tied 24/7 kasi hindi nila na-frustrate kasi sila, hindi nila na ilalabas yung kung anong gusto nilang gawin. Just like humans, just like sa tao, pag meron tayong gustong gawin tas hindi natin naggawa, na-frustrate tayo, katulad din sa mga aso.
Since the dogs are not caged, are there instances when some try to escape from the shelter?
Meron yung iba. Tsaka, isa din yung bakot din yung problema namin regarding why we hate firecrackers. Kasi pag takot na takot sila, nasisira nila yung bakot. Hindi kasi kami pwedeng mag-build dito ng yung sementado talaga na wall. Kasi hindi siya sa amin, tsaka hindi rin siya for sale yung land. But sa new shelter namin, hopefully, God willing, makuha namin yung dapat na amount na dapat namin i-raise to finally build the wall that we need sa new shelter namin. Sa fence, hindi pa kami nagpa-fundraise sa fence. I think hindi pa. Sa buildings pa at the moment. Pero nagpa-fundraise kami for each building. Hindi namin hino-haul kasi medyo malaki yung kailangan. Kung ano lang muna yung kailangan namin, yun muna. As of now, meron na kaming 2 structures. Kailangan pa namin ng isa and then the wall.
Due to the growing number of rescues and the increasing demands of care, Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary is hoping to relocate to a larger site soon with improved facilities, better equipped to support the animals in its care. How far is it from their current location?
Estimated namin around 30 minutes from where we are located right now. Kailangan kasi namin, of course, to respect people that live in the area. We need an area na walang neighbors. Kasi 'di ba maingay yung mga dogs, unfair naman sa kanila. So we look for a land that's not near the city, that's not very far from the city also, but accessible. I think magta-transfer na kami. I think in 1 or 2 weeks from now, magta-transfer kami ng about 40 dogs there to see. Kasi yung isang structure namin, gated siya. So, doon muna namin sila ilalagay. Kasi dito, super wala na talaga kaming space dito sa current shelter namin. And nababash pa kami pag hindi namin nare-rescue yung nare-report. So, we need to look for ways to be able to rescue again, but still give them the quality of life they deserve.
While shelters like DAS continue to fill the gaps, the responsibility of government in implementing the Animal Welfare Act remains a critical part of the conversation.
Hindi naman kasi namin biniblame ang government alone. Ang hirap kasi, ang hirap siya kung let's say may mga tao nagsasabi, gobyerno dapat ganito, ganyan. Ang hirap kasing makakilos ng kahit anong entity kung hindi siya sinusupport. So, kung walang support yung government na sa community, like say, yung mga laws natin, may mga laws tayo na nilalagay, pero pag hindi naman sinusunod, wala rin. Parang ganun siya.
Even with laws in place, reports of animal cruelty continue to surface within communities, raising questions about awareness, accountability, and enforcement.
Marami, as in, I grew up seeing those from neighbors, from people I know. But gusto ko mang sabihin na mali siya or what. Naiiyak ko na remember ko yung past ko anyway. Mali siya kaso wala kasing proper education on how we're supposed to treat animals kasi. Kahit naman hindi ang tawag nung dyan, wala sa gobyerno, wala sa posisyon. Ang hirap kasi hindi siguro, ewan ko ba kung walang gustong mag-step up as a witness or walang nakakita ng importance na kailangan nilang mag-step up kasi hindi kayang i-defend ng aso or ng animal yung sarili nila. Ang dami kaming naririnig na mga ganyan pag nagre-rescue kami. Like, pag may nire-rescue namin yung abused or severely neglected dogs, sinasabihan pa kami ng may-ari na, wag niyo akong takutin sa kulong-kulong na yan, ganun. Hindi sila natatakot kasi wala kasing very minimal lang kasi yung mga nakukulong dahil dyan eh. Yun yung problem. May mga cases kami hindi namin pinost to take care of the identities of the owners din. Kaso, I don't know where it's going sa ngayon. Kasi walang gustong mag-step up as witness eh. Katulad dun sa nakuha na nga sa CCTV, meron ding video. Kaso walang mag-witness. Yun yung problem. Paano lalagyan ng pangil kung wala namang support? They depend on us eh. Wala silang capabilities to fight for themselves.
Still, Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary continues its work to raise animal welfare awareness. Despite mounting pressure, including demands from some netizens for immediate rescue operations beyond the group's limited resources, DAS remains focused on what matters most. They prioritize emergency cases, animals clinging to life, those suffering from severe illness, including cancer, animals with advanced skin disease, overlooked and unloved, animals left to die alone.
May nandidiri kasi may mga maggots na yung iba, yung mga ganun. Kaso kasi, ang hirap naman kasi pabayaan kung mismo yung animal naghahanap ng way na gumaling siya. We're now focusing on free spay neuters together with an LGU that tapped with us, like to ask help. Meron kaming ngayon, free spay neuters. We also want, kasi dyan kasi nagsistart sa own pet na hindi kapon, tas ayaw nang magka-pet ulit. So, pag na-pregnant, tinatapon na lang sila. So, yun yung start ng strain, yun yung start ng rabies, yun yung start ng accidents. Doon kasi yung root cause, kaya doon kami nagfo-focus at the moment din, together with rescuing and rehoming.
The need for TNVR and Mascapon initiatives across the country remains urgent. With an estimated 13 million stray animals nationwide, sustained government support is crucial alongside stronger efforts to promote responsible pet ownership. Recently, the national government earmarked 10 million pesos in the 2026 budget for a new animal welfare supervision and accreditation program, marking the first time a specific allocation has been set aside for this purpose. Officials say the funding aims to strengthen oversight, improve standards for animal shelters, and support more consistent enforcement of animal welfare laws nationwide.
Yung 10 million, honestly, kapiranggot lang siya sa kailangan mo for the whole Philippines to spay and neuter, to vaccinate, to educate people. Konting-konti lang siya, but it's more than enough to start something. Kaya, maligaya kami dun.
Rena's take on animal cruelty is direct. Abused dogs can become aggressive, not by nature, but as form of self-defense.
Maging ano na lang sila, maging aggressive na lang kasi wala namang magsisave sa kanila kundi sila. Dapat tayong mga humans, dapat yung nag-aalaga sa kanila or parang tayo yung inatasan kaso tayo mismo yung sumisira pati sa nature.
On the brighter side, Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary has countless success stories. Animals once thought unlikely to survive are now living full lives with their adoptive families. Some have even found loving homes abroad.
Kami nga lang, pag mga inisa namin ng staff is, mayroon kasi kaming mga dogs na nasa US na, nasa Russia na, nasa Italy na. Uy, saan? Buti pa yung sila nasa na, tayo. Kailan kaya tayo makaka-experience ng snow? Ganun, ganun. Pero meron na kami, marami sila. Mati, isa siya sa mga critical dogs na na-rescue namin na pinutulan siya ng paa dahil gusto niyang manghingi ng pagkain. Mabaho siya. Wala kasi siyang hair, puno siya ng mange. Kaya ayun, siguro, pinipili na lang namin i-understand kahit ang hirap i-understand. But yeah. Pero now, asa na siya? Nasa US na siya. Mahal na mahal siya ng adopter niya. Alam ko ba, umiiyak ako palagi. Ang hirap kasi na-imagine na kung sino pa yung mas may utak, yun pa yung gumagawa ng masama. At least ngayon happy na si Mati. Si Mati sa Ophelia, sila yung nasa States na. Ang dami na kasi. Pero yung nasa local lang sila. Chloe, si Milo, si Coco. Na-adopt siya ng isa sa mga members namin noon dito sa DAS. Nilagay sa isang sako na tinapon para mamatay. Ginawa siyang for breeding before. Halata sa body niya, sa structure niya. Pero nung na-paralyze siya, tinapon na lang siya.
In between discussions, Rena became visibly emotional as she reflected on the suffering of dogs and cats subjected to animal cruelty.
Totoo na maging emotionless pero hindi pa talaga siya successful at the moment. I grew up in a family who loves animals kasi.
Rena emphasized that parental guidance plays a crucial role in shaping how children treat animals, noting that respect and compassion for animals must be taught early and reinforced within the community.
If kaya nilang gawin yun sa helpless na animal, how much more sa ibang tao? Para bang yung mga parents kasi yung nagsistart eh. Pag meron kasi akong mga neighbors or may nakikita ko in public na pag may kasama na yung anak nila tapos may nakitang aso. Sabi, huwag mong hawakan ng hanggat yan. Or sila mismo yung sinasaktan nila mismo yung aso, yun yung nakikita ng bata. So, syempre, yun din yung gagawin.
The challenges they face in running Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary.
Marami naman challenges along the way. Pero siguro yung ongoing na forever na siguro, hopefully not forever na challenge namin is yung donation. Kasi wala kasi kaming, although may partnership kami sa isang LGU, wala kasi kaming nakukuhang funding from any government entity. So we rely on donations from abroad, from locals. Yun lang yung namin. Yun lang, funding. We recently sold merchandise. As in recent lang talaga, we decided to start selling. Um, Hopefully, it would ang hirap kasi 'pag ano, mag-sell ng merch na kung always mo siyang everyday mo siyang ginagawa. Especially 'pag the same items lang kasi nawawalan ng interest yung people. But we are now starting to sell merch. We do have, plans in the future na para maging self-sustaining yung organization. Plano namin magkaroon ng sariling business yung DAS na all profit goes to DAS itself. Hopefully lang, in the future, it would prosper or we can start it as soon as we can. We are not earning from Facebook at the moment, only from stars.
Do they ever get overwhelmed by their daily operations while caring for 285 animals?
Thankfully naman, hindi. We do have staff 24/7. Like, always open yung clinic namin 24/7. And we can, meron kaming mga volunteer vets na pwede namin tawagan no matter what time of the day, which is really helpful with us kasi kung dadalhin pa namin sa private clinics, it's gonna cost a lot also. And thankfully, yung staff namin, at the moment, almost all of the staff that we have are trained in veterinary care, even sa mga emergencies, resuscitation and everything. They know what they need to do, which is good. Kaso lang, pag we, yun nga, pag walang, let's say, in-house vet, limited din yung actions. But at the moment, yung operations daily, ako kasi nag-handle, dun din nafo-fall yung naglilimit kami ng rescues. Kasi, pag feeling ko na overwhelm yung staff, mini-make sure ko na sinasabihan ko si Christine, Christine, can we please hold on rescues for, let's say, 1 to 2 days or 3 days? Kasi maraming fatical dogs na yung hindi kaya ng staff. Kaya, I know mag-grow pa kami more.
During the interview, we were briefly yet delightfully distracted by the dogs around Rena. She gently picked up one of them. His name is Yoda, a survivor of cruelty, injured by a sharp object while simply trying to find food.
Sabi nung reporter, nagnakaw daw siya ng ulam ng kapitbahay, tas tinaga.
Those harrowing cases of animal cruelty pushed Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary to intensify its animal welfare awareness campaign, along with its TNVR or Trap, Neuter, Vaccinate, and Return drive.
Yun yung isa sa focus namin. Kasi kung palagi lang kaming magre-rescue, hindi siya masastop eh. Dream namin, as in, long dream na namin na hopefully one day we won't need to rescue anymore not because we don't want to, but because we don't need to.
They work closely with our local government unit, showing how government support plays a vital role in making TNVR programs effective within the community.
Yung municipality na partner namin with regards to TNVR ngayon is very helpful. Mayroon kasi before kasi kami nag-agree na mag-help kami with regards to spaying and neutering their own dog sa whole municipality. We wanted them to do something for us also. Para give and take siya kumbaga. We wanted them to stop capturing dogs and killing dogs. We wanted them to have a local ordinance saying or stating that no one is allowed to hurt any dog or cat. Pag may problema, they can call the municipality or us. As in, it's really doing really good. Hopefully, pag nakita ng ibang municipality, they would also follow. They don't have pound as far as I know, pero I'm sure wala silang dog pound. Hindi na sila naghuhuli. Meron din silang local ordinance na bawal i-cage 24/7 or itali 24/7 yung pet dogs or cats nila. Dapat lahat ng owned na pet dogs or cats, aside from those people who wants to register their pets as breeders, kailangan silang i-spay and neuter para ma-eradicate na talaga yung stray sa area nila. We are, I think, on the second year. If I'm not mistaken, we are on our second year.
Despite the challenges of managing an animal sanctuary, what keeps Rina going?
I am the head of the rescue kasi. What keeps me going is every time pag may ayan na naman, iyak na naman ako. Pag may nare-report na aso, pag nakikita ko na gusto nilang mag-fight, I fight for them.
Does she ever regret becoming an animal advocate and dedicating her life to the daily work of saving animals?
Wala, as in, of course, kasi hindi bago siya sa mga tao, mayroon akong mga families na tinatanong ako, question yung life decisions ko kung bakit gusto kong nandito, bakit ako dito ko nagtatrabaho, because it's, of course, oo naman, ano din naman kasi siya, scary siya in a way na mas malapit kami sa rabies, kami yung unang nakakagat, mas malapit kami sa aggressive dogs, kami yung unang mamamatay in case, 'di ba? Pero kasi feeling ko kasi ito na yung calling ko eh.
In the end, it comes down to purpose, calling, and fulfillment. Just as founder Christine Askew has devoted her life to saving animals, the same passion drives Rina and the rest of the team at Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary. Supported by dedicated personnel who are deeply committed to animal welfare, DAS continues to stand for homeless and neglected animals that have no one else to turn to. Rina leaves a message of shared responsibility, calling on the public to do their part in building a more animal-friendly society, not just in Dumaguete, but beyond.
Since ang dami kasi yung mga tao na biniblame yung mga aso sa mga like sa accidents or sa bites or sa kung anong nangyayari na mali na involving yung sa kanila. Siguro if they don't want that to happen, let them be the change. Let them not wait for the government or anyone else to do something for the change that they want to see. Parang yun lang.
Animal rescue can be a thankless job, but its impact is undeniable. Our thanks to Christine Askew, Rina Aucejo, and the entire Dumaguete Animal Sanctuary team for standing up for voiceless animals. May their work inspire more people to become part of the movement. This has been Rochelle Rubio. Join me again next Friday for another episode of The Advocates, right here on Capital 104.3.
This is where the voices of the voiceless are heard. The Advocates, Empowering Voices. Hosted by Rochelle Rubio on Capital 104.3